All right, we are back for more resumes. We are looking for a data analyst. Yes, data analyst role. All right. How much experience does this person have? Intern. Okay, so the lead is probably too much. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try this one by this recruiting company. Actually, no, by the recruiting company is not a good choice. Let's do. Come on, data analyst from Epitech. I do not know you, Erica, but I did used to work for Epitech. So that's interesting. Okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense that they're hiring. They do a lot of contract work. This is actually where I got my contract one, is at Epitech. I do not know who this recruiter is, though. So, because I worked there like years ago. And, bro, this is a lot. Not a fan of the JD, though. All right, let's look at this. Oops, I forgot to get my page up. All right, there we go. This is going to be the actual one. So, data analyst is going to be Power BI. What does Power BI look like? Like on the UI standpoint? I don't know. I haven't used it. So, I'm just curious. Power BI is kind of obvious. So, and that's going to include VLOOKUP. Everybody wants the VLOOKUPs. Like, seriously, you can just put Excel, VLOOKUP, and what are the other two that I'm blanking on? Oh, these are actually way farther along. Okay. But yeah, you'll get tons of jobs. VLOOKUP, index match. I'm just going to say stuff like advanced Excel, knowledge in SQL, anything else? Tableau. Did I say Tableau? No. Tableau. I want just name things like simple. Up with your tableaus and your tableaus and your tableaus. Just give me like pie. Just name it after fruit, like carrot or cucumber or potato. Actually, don't do potato. Potato is very hard for me to actually spell. I hate the word potato. Maybe potato is not a good job thing title. Potato, snowflake. Okay. Data analytics intern. No. Let's do data analytics from Verisk. Oh, this has got to be a contracting company. Here it is. Okay. Experience and skills. File formats, databases. Okay. There it is. All right. Tableau. Data analyst. MySQL. Data analyst on team. Fellow employees. Occasional data. Takes responsibility. Those are not job descriptions. Communicating both technical and non-technical. There we go. That is it. Explaining tech and non-tech to, I'm just going to say stakeholders. Technically, it would be stakeholders and clients as well, but whatever. And then let me just make sure my sound is okay before I actually go do this. Sound checking. Oh, I plugged in the wrong darn thing. Okay, that explains it. I did a sound check before, but I just have to sometimes do it in the middle of it. Okay, cool. We're good. All right. And technical, non-technical, clear and concise, committed to quality. Gosh, okay. data analytics. Man, a lot of these were posted very early. Oh wait, this is, oh man. I wish I could do contracting work. Apparently contracting data analysts are hot right now. Huh. Wow, yeah, these all, wow, very hot market. I've been seeing a lot of recruiters doing it, so there's a lot of contracting opportunities. That is good for me to know. And cloud. Okay, we're gonna do a cloud. Yeah, just cloud, truthfully. And AI. I mean, there's more than this. I know there's more. Let me look to see if there's probably data visualization would be one. Python, R. Yeah, data visualization. All right, well, that's good enough. Okay, we're good. Let's fix the actual thing so we get to the resume. And let me fix visualization as a spelling. For this resume, we have a not front-end UI UX. This is actually going to be a data analyst. So let's fix that. Data analyst. Okay, computer, please work. All right, we're good. There we go. All right, let's do this the right way. And let me just triple check to make sure this actually is a data analyst. Yes, it is data analyst. Okay, cool. This is a resume of a data analyst. So what we're going to be looking for is going to be Power BI, Excel, VLOOKUPs, index matches, anything that is basically advanced Excel. We're going to be looking for SQL, Tableau, whatever you pronounce it. Data visualization is going to be huge, along with, and this is more of a qualification than a keyword, but you are going to need to describe it, that you've done it in your resume, is going to be how you explained technical and non-technical topics to people that don't know what you know. And you need to have done that concisely and quickly and be able to basically explain tough topics to people that have no clue but are probably going to be stakeholders or clients or customers, depending on which one you're going to call them. In addition, it's nice to have, but not all the jobs wanted this, which is AI or cloud along with Python and R. So that would be a bonus, but the last line is not necessary for everything. So for this role, let's look at the resume. Performed exploratory data analysis on 10K service requests using SQL and Python. Good. Immediately have SQL and Python. Identifying key patterns in customer behavior systems that reduced processing time by 30%. So that is not a bad first sentence. I'm going to be a little picky on it though, is that you have to explain why that was important, right? Like what processing time for what? What did that lead to? 10,000 requests? Is that a lot? I don't know. I've never used SQL. So, again, those are sort of nitpicky because you did have SQL and it was pretty good. But let's go to the next one. Designed and prepared ETL pipelines using Java, Apache Spark, and SQL to consolidate service data from 4 carrier systems, revamped an automated anomaly detection system using statistical methods to identify outliers in network performance. No, conducted data quality monitoring for resolving it. Okay, I don't care. I mean, you had me in the first bit, but you don't have like any of the other ones, and that's going to be probably why people are not going to have you go forward. It's great that you have SQL and it's great that you have Python, but I need more. Where is the Excel? Where's the data visualization? Where's the explaining the complex topics? To anybody else, I don't see any of that, and I'm pretty sure the manager is going to want to see that in the resume. Design ended using SQL, PHP, and HTML. We're not looking for PHP and HTML. A/B testing, I actually didn't see. Underachieving in R1. Cool, this means nothing. I don't know what this is right here. Predictive models, develop Tableau. Why I should not. This right here, this alone could get you a job. That should not be all the way down here where a recruiter can miss it. This needs to be higher up somehow. So, yeah, I really only see like 3 things that I'm looking for. This needs to be in the bullet points. You cannot have it off in the corner. And this, but you do have SQL, so I'm not gonna do that. But like, I need Excel. I know it's basic. I know you know it's basic, but like, we need Excel. There's no other way to say this than you need those basic things in your resume. I need Excel. I need Power BI. I need Tableau. I need data visualization that is not at the very bottom. I need that you've explained tech. I need that maybe you've used cloud and AI. I do see a little Python, and that's good. And this, because this right here is okay as a bullet point, but the rest of this, besides the ETL and the SQL, gives me nothing. So I don't know if I could move you forward. If we had not a lot of competition, I would probably try and move you forward to the hiring manager. But if we have like 300 applicants or something, I don't think the manager would go for this. So you need to improve it. You need Excel. I know it is basic. I know that everybody's like, well, it's obvious that I should have it. If it's obvious that you should have it in your resume and it's not in your resume, then you need to put it in your resume. That is the rule. So maybe I could move forward because you did have SQL and you did have Python and you did have ETL, but probably not. So let's move on to the next resume. Okay, that was 21.3. Oh god, what did I open? Did not want to open that. 21.3. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they had almost the right idea, but then they just didn't continue with it. It just needed more. Okay, let's see, for the next one. We've got a software engineer entry level. Please disregard my previous resume. Well, not can do. I probably already reviewed it. All right. Alrighty, let's look at this one. Is a software engineer, which we already were supposed to have done. So. Yeah, I have to do question mark for the keywords because I don't know what this is going to be. The last resume for this video is going to be someone that we actually already viewed. They stated in the resume, disregard the last resume, but I didn't see that in time. So we already reviewed him and we're going to review him again. So let's see the differences between the resumes. They are going to be looking for a software engineer position, as per usual, when people do not tell me if it's back-end, front-end, full stack, or alternatively, what your primary tech stack is. I just have to put question marks for the things. So let's look at this. All right, so this is one that was in Australia, and you currently have about 250 to 1 application ratio to interview, which isn't good, but it's market's tough. And again, US recruiter, so let's look at what this is. We do have Right, now I remember. So yeah. This will be pretty quick, and we're gonna end it. But I don't see any keywords for anything. I expect that this was specifically the full stack. I need to see the full stack. I need to see TypeScript, HTML, JavaScript, CSS. Yes, HTML, JavaScript, and CSS are basic. Yes, I need them. We have Next.js. That is good because you still need JavaScript, even if JS stands for JavaScript. I hate the naming conventions. Integrated various APIs. That's solid. I mean, you're just missing your tech stack for this one. And the resume as a whole is just a little bit busy. Yeah, look, you just need more of your tech stack, right? Like that's my issue with this. This stuff needs to be in here. Although I do like that this is shrinking. Also, you have way too many, just way too many foldings, and the formatting is a little hard to read. That's not a huge issue, but like as an example, since IT is still in a downturn in the US, you want every advantage you can get, and that minor thing of your formatting being a little off might cause a recruiter to just move on to the next one since they have a lot of applicants. In a very good market, this formatting wouldn't really matter as much, but it's not a good market for IT and tech. So here I'm gonna pop in my own format that I've been over a couple times, and let me explain the difference between the two. So if you look at this, even though it's a little cut off, this is how it should be. This should be bolded. This should be bolded. This should be bolded. This should not be bolded. But if you look at this, everything's bolded. Everything's bolded. Education, bold. Monash University, bold. This, italicized. This, bolded. Then, normal. Different formatting. Just here's how you do your formatting, all right? Very quick. This 14-point font. Everything should be Arial. Every font should be Arial. There's like one or two others that work, but Arial is the best in my mind. So this should be bolded, 14-point font. This should be 12 font. And everything else should be 10.5. 10.5, 10.5. This should be bolded, not this. This should be bolded. This should be italicized. This should not be bolded. And ignore this. I actually got to change this. People haven't been using it right, which is my fault as a teaching. So just use the keywords and bullet points. But this is the formatting I want this to look at. And look, this is way harder to get the information that I need instead of this. The recruiter will spend more time on your resume if it's easier to read. The longer they have to search, the worse your chances are. So that is it for this video. Not the stream, still streaming. So do not leave chat if you're in it, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. Like, the algorithm is an unkind beast, and anything you can do to help me out, spread the word of free resume reviews. I would love to review more resumes. So later, y'all. Truth. The sort of CV I could get away with in 2022 doesn't work. You know, I actually think it's pretty interesting that you said 2022, because that is the exact part in time where the market crashed. It was about late 2022 when the market crashed. So technically, it's sort of a slower crash because it had been happening, but I don't think the effects were really felt until then as much. So, but late 2022 is exactly on the money when it happened. So, before that, which really sucks because like 2020 until like 2021 was a bad market, if I remember right, for most. But then it was a real hot market for about 2 years, and now it's back down. So the sort of CV you could get away with back then is very true. You can't get away with now. And eventually it'll go back, right? Like, it just switches back and forth. Yep. And I will say this before, and I have said it again. If you really want to know how your market is doing, look up the amount of recruiter jobs in your market. If people are hiring recruiters in your market, then you are going to have a good time. If they are firing HR recruiters in your industry, specifically in your industry, you need to really work on your CV. Recruiters are the canary in the coal mine. They are the first to fall, and HR. So technically recruiting is under HR, but every recruiter and everyone in HR, we know they're different. So We kind of hate that they're bundled together because our duties are exceptionally different. And this doesn't count for like sub 50 companies. So, okay, what is this resume? We have a back-end roles, full stack. Could you blur my name and school, please? Try. All right, there we go. I think that's blurred. I wish. There we go. People need to not have that happen. I want to make sure that they do that. All right, so this is going to be full stack, which is, you know, already know what full stack is. So let's do the full stack, which is TypeScript, JavaScript, Node, HTML, blah 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 blah. HTML, and then we're going to go to Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, Cloud. There we go. Okay, and full stack. This person actually has 80 to 2, which isn't bad. We are going to review a resume of a full stack engineer. And before I review this, I just want to say that this person has a pretty solid ratio. They have 80 applications to 2 interviews. Now, that's not enough of a sample size to really determine everything about how good the resume is, but I'm expecting that the resume is going to be pretty solid based on that, because if that continues, that is a good ratio. Truthfully, I think in a bad market, anything that is 50 applications to 1 interview is good, and IT and tech is still a bad market. So if you are able to get it in 40 and that holds, this is going to be solid. But maybe we can edge those numbers down. So they also told me to not review the school and whatever. So we're going just on this one. There is a little bit more above this, but they do not want it to be seen, so it shall not. Okay, although I'm not a fan of skill sections like this, I am happy that at least it's 3 lines. I think 3 is the magic number for that, no more, no less. All right, full stack. Develop custom tools. You stop bolding every... Look at how much bolding. Everybody in the comments, I want you to look at all this bolding and tell me if you think it makes it better, because the answer is no. Especially because tree sitter is not going to be a keyword. NumPy, maybe. I've seen it in 1 or 2. API is. Python is. But like, you've bolded 4 things in your opening sentence, and I only give a crap about these 2. Actually, 5 things, because that's bolded. Designed and opted. This is so hard to read. Please stop bolding everything. Please stop bolding everything. Okay, data sets, API, NumPy, Sky, geez Louise. Conducted for Git. Git can be a keyword here, so I'm okay with that. This is Docker can be, but that's usually more for backend Python, but sometimes they want you to have it, because some backend Python roles are really more full stack, so. Python, NumPy, okay, Docker, and Python script. I'll be honest, you may have other keywords, I cannot find them because of the bolding. Projects, backend development, Spring Boot, MySQL. SQL is good. Okay, so crud, I have to now redo the whole darn thing. Because they didn't want their darn education thing. Now I have to scrub it. Great. I have to redo the darn resume. Okay. One more time. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer, and they have if this trend continues, this is really solid. They have 80 applications to 2 submittals, which 2 interviews. So 80 applications to 2 interviews, and that's actually very good in a bad market. Honestly, anything below 50 is solid. So for every 50 applications to one interview is a solid ratio. Let's see if we can't find it for full stack. So I hate skill sections, but you only have it in 3, so that's fine. And I hate all this bolding. This bolding is a nightmare. In the first sentence alone, you have bolded 5 things. The only thing I really care about is these 2. Maybe NumPy. I've seen it in 1 or 2 job descriptions, but it's not common. Data pipeline, achieving prompts. Git can be. So you have in this entire thing bolded almost everything, and I needed almost none of this. But I can see for some jobs that do require NumPy. I don't know how to pronounce this stuff. This would be useful because it's not going to be common in the resume. So API is good, Python is good, Ubuntu. I don't know if I've seen that a lot, but Docker is more of a backend. In job descriptions, I know I'm not here to tell you how to code. I'm just saying in job descriptions, I've seen it more in Python backend. But some Python backend roles are really more full stack. NumPy, API. Okay, I can't. Here's my sequel. I'll be honest. This bolding is a nightmare. Please stop bolding everything. Just stop. No more bolding, all right? No more bolding, no more leveraging. Stop leveraging your bolding. It makes the resume look way worse. I want even people in chat to look at this and be like, does this look readable? I don't know. To me, no, I do know. The answer is no. Also, you're missing some keywords. I think the fact that you have NumPy, which is going to be rarer to see in a resume, is probably alone maybe getting you this along with Python. So keep NumPy, but I want you to add this stuff, okay? I want you to add TypeScript. I want you to add JavaScript. I want you to add CSS, HTML. I want you to add Node, Angular, SQL, React. No, you didn't have React. You know what? If it is, I can't find it anymore because of all the darn bolding. My SQL, you do have a SQL, at least it's down here, but preferably be higher up and earlier. And if possible, I want something with cloud. So you really need these keywords in here. I think they're going to help, but definitely keep NumPy. I think that's good. NumPy, whatever. People are going to tell me how it's actually pronounced. I'm not going to remember it. Tell me anyway. So too much bolding, absolutely too much bolding. Not enough keywords. But you had a rare keyword that may alone have been the reason you're getting some positions. So also the skill section is small, which is solid because a lot of people in IT just list everything. But this should be in your resume. These are perfect right here. Right here, this is what you want in your resume. But you want it in the bullet points, not up here at the corner. They need to be in the bullet points. So it's okay. I could see maybe moving forward with this one. But, it's going to depend on the manager and if they're looking for some of the rarer stuff that you have. But this should absolutely be in the bullet points. If too many things are bolded, you'll assume it is as important as a non-bolded text. Exactly the correct answer. If too many things are bolded, it shows that nothing is bolded. It's like the meme. It's like the Invincible. Invincibles where they just go like, everyone's super, no one's super. It's the exact same thing. When everything is bolded, nothing is bolded. I made a meme of that with Syndrome before. My redheaded villain. Dude got mad he couldn't talk to a dude who was actively saving a life and decided to carry that grudge with him for decades. So, Fred. There we go. 22M. But yeah, the fact that it has a couple of these, but this is why you don't bold everything, because nothing is bolded. And most people don't get the right ones. I'm not looking for tree sitter. I don't know what tree sitter is. I don't think I've ever had to look for tree sitter. Truthfully. In fact, I kind of want to look at how many jobs require tree sitter. Tree sitter in the United States. We've got 1,055. And most of them are in repair technicians, so I don't even think that's a full stack. Yeah. Look at that. These are an arborist. An arborist needs it. I don't think you're going to be looking for an arborist. Oh, arborist pays well. Hold on. I've never done an arborist job. Okay, this band is going to be incorrect. It's probably going to be closer to 90K, but what do you need to be an arborist? ISA certified arborist. Huh. I've never done that. So that's a new one. Oops, all full stack. Okay, this is all full stack resumes. Wow, this is all full stack. The next three are full stack as well. That's kind of funny. Okay. Sorry, well, everybody was there. Oh, look, there's an arborist position. I've never seen an arborist. This is what tree sitter is. They pay probably closer to 90K. It says 70 to 150, but I'm assuming it's going to be 90. And look at this. You need an ISA certified arborist. I don't know what that is. I think that's interesting. Also, the next three reviews are also full stack engineer. So it's oops, all full stack is the answer to this resume. So let's look at the next one because it's all full stack apparently, which is I find hilarious. So yesterday was data related. Yeah, I'm not. It's I wonder if it's like the keywords I put in the YouTube, but like I'm not organizing them. I just do them in the order they come in, and oops. And it's full stack right now. So this is also a full stack engineer resume. In fact, I looked up my order because I don't organize these things before they come in. I just do first come, first serve in the order they came in. And the next two are also full stack. So this is oops, all full stack edition. So the next two, spoiler alert, are also full stack engineering positions. So I don't have to change the keywords and qualifications because they're going to be the same. So let's immediately dive in and see which one this is. They also have gotten about a 50 applications to one interview, which is solid. Develop REST API with Java and GraphQL, new increased reliability. Not bad. We have REST API in Java. Some of the full stack positions will want Java, some of them will want C, most want Python. So it is a keyword, although it's going to depend on it. Also good. Look, in Python, manual processing, orchestrated textures using CI/CD. This is a correct one. In fact, this was the one I was missing. I knew I was missing a keyword here, and I actually need to put that in the thing. But that is good. Very good. I like. So bugs, TypeScript, good. Yeah, this is pretty solid. You need to have your education up top. That should be in one line. If you just graduated, your education should be up top. In fact, in most cases, your education should be up top. If you're doing like a project manager or like someone with 20 years of experience, education can go at the bottom. But if you just graduated, you want your education up top, just keep it in one line. This should be fine. And I think this is solid. I just want a little bit more of stuff like this. I don't see any SQL. I think I would be looking for SQL. I would be looking for React. Is there anything? Oh, and REST, which I should have put in as well, which I did say, but I forgot to put in. So far, this is not bad. I do enjoy this one. I think this is solid. But I am going to be missing JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. I know it's basic. We absolutely 100% need it in your resume. Okay, you need JavaScript, you need HTML, you need CSS, you need any type of SQL, and if you have cloud, put it in. But this is relatively solid. I think you just need to put in a few more keywords. So yeah, I don't think there's much more I can do with this. It's just missing a couple and you need a little bit more keywords, but overall, I think it's solid. So I can see why you're getting resumes, things back. So pretty solid. You need just a little bit more. And also, I think the comparison between the two is, this one doesn't have Pi, and PyTorch, whatever the thing is, can be a rarer skill set in resumes. So I think that alone was saving the previous resume. But if you start putting in all of those keywords that I have up there, right over there, it'll help a lot more. So solid. It needs a little bit more tweaking, but I think we are almost there, and I don't think it's going to take too long to tweak it. So let's go on to the next full stack resume. yesterday was we called them tree surgeons here. Basically, cut down trees like that. Yeah, tree surgeon is a cool name. I think tree surgeon is a cool name. What do you need to do to be a certified arborist? Certified arborist. How do you? No, I don't want to see. I want to see how to become. This is it right here. It's not going to fully show, but it's called ISA arborist, which I'm just going to link in chat if anybody wanted to just check what that is. What do you need to do? How do you? So I guess you would just take a test. 750 quiz question. Oh no. Okay, wait. No, this is yeah. How do you do this? Application guide for an arborist. We are taking a side division into arbory, y'all. This is what I like to do because I like to look at other different jobs because I'm a recruiter and I like to know everything. But obviously, I haven't done all this, so this is how to be a certified arborist. I guess it's just an exam, a really big one. Okay, how much does it even cost? Tree biology is a part of 11%. Tree identification, 99%. Soil management. This is stuff I would never know. Diagnosis and treatment of trees. That is cool. They are tree doctors. They are tree surgeons. Safe working practice. This one makes sense. And urban forestry. I guess urban is city. No, urban is out. Urban is city, right? Okay. This is. Oh god, how much does this cost? Okay. It is 30 minutes. Check your photo ID. What is the process? It said, where did it cost? I want to go back. Then we're going to go to the other full stack resume. I just want to know what this is. So fees. Okay. It is $170. Nope, $300 about. That's terrible. Huh. All right. Well, that's an arborist for you. That's neat. So now let's go to the actual other resume. There you go, y'all. You can be an arborist. I mean, it pays like 90K about. So, like, here, you can even look over here. Like, what is the average salary for an arborist? So, arbor. I am not going to spell that. Arbor. Okay, that was not an important message. Arborist. There are 1,000 jobs in the United States, but I also imagine not a lot of people are certified. So, and it is paying about 33 to 42 an hour. So yeah, it's close to 90K for an arborist. Huh. And it looks like you just need the description. I mean, this is like, no one tells you in college that, yeah, you want to work with trees, it's going to be 90K a year. Like, that's a solid amount. And look, I don't think they're going to have a lot of people that applied. Because how many people even know to become an arborist? But like, yeah, nobody told me that you can make 90K working with trees. So, all right, let's go to the actual resume. I just had to look that up for my own curiosity. Okay, let's pull this up. That guy, you know, he's just that guy. This is another, yeah, well, I already said it, full stack. They're all full stack. Whoops, all full stack. So let's dive right into this position and see if, we can see where they are. They've also applied to about 100 and gotten one interview. That's not great. So let's see what they have. And I can kind of see why. And look, I think this is actually really good to do all these like comparisons because you can see why maybe the other person got the job. The first person got interviews because they knew that they had put in the pie torch or whatever it was called. The second person is getting resumes because their resume is mostly overall better than the first one, but they were missing a lot of the keywords. And the third person, I am assuming, is going to have worse shot because they're not having those keywords in. And look, they're all bundled up up top. And they say full stack. They say KPIs. KPIs is, I'm sure engineers have KPIs, but it's not one that's typically going to be useful to put in your resume. Look, they bolded Java Spring Boot, which is not what you're going to really find in a lot of full stack positions. So they have CI/CD, which is good. They do have that. But look at this. I don't see any of the tech stack. I see AWS all at the bottom, but nothing else. And Agile. Agile is good. But the only things I'm really finding here are Java, but it's also Java Spring Boot, which might confuse some people. AWS, which is solid. So yeah, you're missing the primary tech stack. And you can even see it. The first one got a couple of interviews because they had a rare skill set. The second one got a little bit more interviews ratio-wise because they had a better resume, more keywords. And this one is getting even less because they don't have those. And I assume that is going to do with the last full stack resume as well. No, the last full stack just started applying, so there's not enough of the sample size. But yeah, I don't have the keywords here. Look, I can't move you forward. It does not count if it's here. I will reiterate this 1,000 times, but I have it in the no. You need to tell me what the skill is, how you used it, and what the result. And the result does not have to be a brag. It can just be what you did with the skill, right? Like use Java and potato software in a SQL environment to create a web page that our end users used. That is what the result was. You created an end page for your end users. I don't know if any of that's accurate, but it sounds better than what I've been reading in here. So keep the AWS. You don't need to bold it because you've also bolded two other things that were wrong. So the AWS should actually be in your second bullet point. If possible, even your first. Look, I just need the keywords here. I don't see these. I don't see TypeScript. I don't see JavaScript. I don't see CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, REST, SQL, React, API. You do have CI/CD, Cloud, which I do see, but that's on the third, fourth line. You need that in the first. And Agile, which was all the way down here. So that's okay. So yeah, you need the order of this is pretty important. These are going to be your primary ways of getting a job, right? These right here. If you don't have these, it's going to be really hard. So I don't think I can move forward with this at all. It does not read what I would want it to read like. I wish it did. So let's move on to the last and final full stack engineer resume for this video. Think the money is from the danger? That's true. I mean, look, I'll be honest, the way pay works is it's leverage. And I know I hate the word leverage, but this is how you actually use the darn word is leverage, right? If you go apply to a job and there are 2,000 other people that apply to that job, your salary may not be that high because the manager knows they can get somebody else. Partly the danger, but it's partly because it's rarer. And rare doesn't necessarily mean high salary, but it does give you an edge. That is actually the correct use of the leverage that I like to say. So, as an example, not all recs have 3,000 people. And if you really want to look at one that has not a lot of people, you can look at actuaries. Actuaries have continued and will continue to get oodles and oodles of money. So, this is an associate actuarial position. This is an actuarial position at Netflix. This is I don't know why it's 50, but this is probably going to be closer to the 240K. Look, this was 22 hours ago, and only 87 people applied for this type of job. Actuaries make bank. This is lower than I thought for Oscar Health, but maybe there's been a flood of actuaries. But look, actuaries, this is why it's a rare skill set that company wants. Rare if companies are seeking it, or what is going to make you get money. Sorry. Appointments. Yes, I remember my doctor's appointment. Thank you very much. So that is the real reason of leverage. How many of those people had to actually qualify though? Not a lot. You know what? Also, if you look right here, so hi Sandy, I'm Mandy. This is a very good job description. Oh, I love this. So look, out of those 100 people that clicked apply, it's not how many finished the application, it's just click the apply button. And mostly that's going to take you to the ATS where most people are going to drop out to actually fill it in. So the answer to that is not a lot. And of those, probably not a lot that are qualified. So not a lot. But that's leverage. Actuaries have leverage. They will be fighting over you. And if you go to an interview, right? Like, let's say this position has been open for 3 days and you interview and they may want to make you an offer. There's not a lot of room to negotiate on. So let me reiterate this. the difference between a role that has been open for 3 days and one that has been open for 5 months is the hiring manager you have more leverage on the hiring manager for negotiations. In the case that they want this filled and it's been open for too long and there may be external pressure, so they may be willing to part with a little more money. If you are one of the only person that has applied in a week or two and there's barely anybody there, you have more leverage. If you are one of 700 that applied the very day it opened, you do not have a lot of leverage. So going back to the tree thing, I think the leverage for that is you don't think there's a lot of people with the license that you need. And that's why they can command those types of salaries, is there's just not a lot of people, and companies do need those to take care of the trees. So it's very niche. But if there's a flood of graduates, you probably have less leverage. So yes, this is the one time I will say leverage is appropriate. Never in your resume. It's for negotiating. That's what leverage is. Also, if you apply to a job and you have gotten another offer, but you want your first job, you could use that other offer as leverage. But some people just don't negotiate. I will be honest. It doesn't matter how much leverage you have. Sometimes they just walk away. And both candidates and managers, I've seen a manager be like, I'm going to give them a low ball. I'm going to low ball them so that they high ball and we meet in the middle. And the candidate just walked. And I've seen another candidate who tried to go high because they thought the manager would meet him in the middle, and the manager just walked away. So some people do not, they don't negotiate. And if you've been looking for a job for 2.5 years and you get an offer, I would recommend not negotiating because you do not have a lot of leverage. So you always have to be ready for the deal to fall apart if you ever renegotiate. That is the rule. Because you have leverage. And now I'm going back to hating on leverage. Because leverage is not supposed to be in the resume. Be like, yeah, I taught people what leverage actually meant. So yeah, if I ever make merch, it will be about leverage and it will be about Booleans. Because I don't do as much Booleans now. At least on the stream, I still do them a lot when I'm searching for candidates, but Boolean and leverage would be great t-shirts. It's also primarily with the ones I have is I don't really need to do a Boolean search for those things. They're kind of already there. So, a Boolean search in a job search is not always needed, but can be beneficial for candidates. So, and I'll be honest, I still haven't found a way to actually teach how to do a Boolean search. I've helped people a little bit, but it's still a tough concept. All right, let's do it. And let's see. This is Foo Bar. All right, that's a funny name. So, from the Not Great University, this person is pretty funny. All right, cybersecurity, that's pretty solid. I'll be honest, cybersecurity is not one part of IT and tech I've really touched, but that might actually be pretty beneficial to leave there. Although I think you could move this into the same line as the cybersecurity, or alternatively this into the same line as the computer science. I don't think it needs to be 4 lines. I think you could do this in 2 or 3 max. So, contribute to the development and enhancement of internal tools, focus on data pipelines, communications. No, I don't see anything I need here. Yeah, no. So they've only applied the 20 jobs because they just graduated. So there's not, but I actually imagine that they will have less success than the others, simply because, I say the whole video, you don't have the keywords. They are critical. They are the key to you getting a job. Keywords and qualifications are critical. You do not care how basic they seem. You need to put them in. A lot of people try to say, make a flashy, shiny resume. It's like, no, you do keywords and qualifications. Clean, simple, boring is a good resume. And I'm even scanning this and I don't see. Your formatting, though, is good. I want you to keep your formatting. I think out of all of them, I think your formatting is the best, which is why I can clearly read and concise and scan your resume, which is why I know that those are missing. But your formatting is better than the others. So here we go. It's all the way down here. TypeScript. And I only see TypeScript. Solid.js, would that be one? I don't know if Solid.js would be a big keyword or not, but you may want to keep that in. Tailwind, I haven't really seen. I know maybe it's part of CSS, but they may miss it. Rust is maybe. So API is Google Script. Here it is. This is great. This one is like your best sentence right here. This alone could get you potentially a job. Created a full stack social media web application that connects users with friends and family using Java, Spring Boot, MySQL, HTML, JavaScript, React. This is the best sentence. This part I don't care about, the second part. Please make the entirety of your resume like this sentence. This is how you write this, okay? I hope this is legible when I'm highlighting it in blue, but whatever you did for Real Beats for that first sentence is amazing, okay? That is how you write the rest of it. Created a full stack using X, Y, Z for friends and family. Perfecto. The rest of the resume, not so, but I think you can just tweak it because it does look like you have the skills. You just need to input them. Write the rest of your resume like the first half of this bullet, okay? And make sure your bullet points are one sentence. Even if it's a run-on sentence, even if it's 3 lines, it's one sentence per bullet point. But yeah, I could not move forward with this. I mean, I'd have to scroll all the way down, and I might do it. But I mean, look, there's so many people applying. It's possible they're only going to read the first half because this is a crowded market. If this was early 2022 or early 2000 or mid 2021, they may dig deeper and scroll down and see this. But in this current market, when this video is posted, I don't think they do that. So please put those changes in, resubmit. Your formatting though is good. Don't change your formatting. I really like that. That is actually the best formatting out of the 4. So. And that is it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. All that other YouTube jazz, spread it amongst your friends. I'd love to, more resumes, more better for me. I like doing this, and I'm going to keep doing it, and I hope this has been helpful to you and yours. Deal. Okay. Tailwind is another, yeah, that's what I thought because it has CSS, but you never want to assume that they know that, So it needs to be like this right down here. This is a near perfect sentence alone. Like half of my things would be so boring if people just wrote everything like this. This is a near perfect sentence. I'll be honest. That alone is perfection. That gives you everything you need, everything you want. It's clear, it's concise, it does it all, it's perfecto. So. $22.22. So this is the 22 one. Which one was that? Excuse me, wait a minute. The order of these came in wrong. How long was that last one? Shoot. Alright, I hope that... No, I didn't organize any of these. This is 22 and 2. And this is Wiley. You need to keep with your organizational system. I think this is 22 and 1. 22 and 3. 22 and 3. And then the last one is 24. Okay, 22 and 4. 22 and 4. Okay, there we go. Oh, I need to upload a lot of videos today. After your feedback yesterday, sorry to do this every pull that I had, because I get that y'all don't make it to the bottom. Yeah, and it's not... I don't want to say that's for every rec, but it's primarily for the crowded markets, right? Like, the difference between a requisition that has 3 people applying a week versus one that gets 100 in a week is night and day. Because if you get 3 candidates that apply to a rec a week, there's a problem with the requisition probably, but you're gonna spend more time on it. And a more accurate assessment is more you block out a certain amount of time for each rec each week, or bundles of recs each week, and you spend that time differently depending on the requisition. Because you are not only doing the rec that gets 150 people, you are also doing maybe 3 that has like nobody in it, which is usually a failure of the job description or that you need to source passive candidates. But there are things that you can do to edge that out and not necessarily have to do that. So, but yeah, you bet your bottom that if there's only 2 people that apply a week and it's a rare role, that you're going to read most of the entirety of the resumes for what you can. So it's really how much time. And the people that are sending me resumes are, you know, it's markets that are not good. It's different for accounting though. And you can even see it in the ratios where they apply, is that the people that are sending an accounting resume is like, I applied to 30 jobs and I got 7 callbacks. And I'm like, that's phenomenal. You don't know what the market's like. But like, I know that there's a problem with a accounting resume if they do like 50 to 1, because they are not getting 50 to 1 even with a bad resume. Yeah, I mean, it's really depending on the market, because remember, the job market is 1,000 job markets in a trench coat. Some are always up, some are down, some are going up, some are going down. Like blue collar was up. I feel like it might be going down right now, but blue collar was up for a couple of years. Accounting is still up, not just actuary, just actual accounting. IT was up for a while, from like 2021 to late 2022, and then pre-COVID they were also up, but now they're down. So, and then blue collar was down then, but now blue collar is up. So it's never one job market, it's 1,000 all bundled in together. So you can't ever just be like, yeah, it's one job market. It's not. And if you aggregate it, the outliers are going to make everything kind of irrelevant. So overall, which is sort of hypocritical based on what I just said, the job market has not been good, but it's mainly been a white collar recession. So, with the exception of accounting, most white collar office jobs have been down, and blue collar has been up overall, but especially stuff like nursing never really went out, you know? So, those are hot, but we don't know what's going to happen in the coming years. Okay. 24. All right, we're doing 23. Peter Petrov. So, trying to think, and I know people are going to be like, well, what is going to be the future job markets? The answer is I can only really predict 3 weeks in advance. That's about as far as my prediction stems in the job market stuff. Wish I was better at that, but that's all I can really see. And 3 weeks is still like Christmas time, and there's nothing that goes on then. So, yeah. So, also, we're getting an ad in a couple of seconds. So, we'll pause until then. Yep, put your best foot. Boo, I know. Ads. They are bad. Do 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 da 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 da. Da 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 da, we dance. Dancing room, that might be copyrighted, so I'm not singing that song, yo. Project manager, IT project manager. All right. Oh man, I gotta do a lot of these resumes. All right. And we're back. So we are now looking for a project manager, IT specifically, that has 120 to 1, which is not good. But also just remember, we are approaching the dead zone of recruiting. And no, while we're approaching, we are fully in it. So most things are not going to happen until next year, just in general. This is a nightmare of recruiting, and even with a updated and great resume, just remember, it's probably not going to matter until January, mid-January. It's just nothing happens. It's such a nightmare. People get sick. People go on holiday. Like, I remember once I got sick, and when I came back, the manager was on a holiday. And then when the manager came back, the candidate was on holiday. When I came back, the manager got sick, and then I had my holiday. So it's such a nightmare doing anything during this time in recruitment. Like, it's so tough. So don't panic if you don't get anything in this month. That is very, very normal. Just not a lot of stuff happens this month. Yeah, no, so I think you should still search, because a lot of times what they do is they push those recs off until January, and you are still going to be first in line. But you should still apply, but just make sure, don't freak out if you don't get anything. So, like, oh no, you said search break. Sorry, dyslexia moment. Yeah, search break before Xmas if you're going to have to take a break, that is the time. That is absolutely the time. Because usually Q1 is the biggest hiring boom of the year. My guess is it might be pushed off till Q2 this year, but year over year, it's Q1 that is just the biggest hiring boom. So, all right, what are we looking for in a senior project manager for Petco? Yeah, Bear, they're gonna work at Petco. We go to Petco. Oh, good stretch, buddy. I never understand why you like being under the furniture. You are 100 pounds, sir. You barely fit. So, and that is healthy weight for him, because he is a big old doggy. PMP should definitely, no, PMP should be on top. Like, if you have a PMP cert, you need it. This is going to be manage multiple projects on deadline, under budget. So, yep, there's my boy. I'm glad we got a little picture of him so everybody can have it. So, he's got a cute little head. That's my bear. He's just an old man who has the energy of a puppy sometimes. I see him wagging his tail, which is the only thing outside of the furniture. All right. Multiple projects to agile. And then I don't know if I need to do too many more, but I'm pretty sure I know where this is going to go. So, management scope, management construction. This is specifically IT, though, that I wanted. Beacon Hill is a staffing agency, so I'm not sure this will be as accurate. I try not to use staffing agencies specifically for the searching for the skills, because if the recruiter is guessing wrong, then it's irrelevant. "5 years, attitude, team environment, good communication, dependable." Oh my gosh. Computer skills. Yeah, I should definitely put Office suites, Excel, PDF, Word. And then how, due to your leadership, beard's itch. Oh. How, due to your leadership, you had success. I don't want to put that there. It's more how you led to success there we go. Lead, led, which I think I spelled wrong, whatever. And this is going to be stakeholders, clients, customers. All right, I think that's it for that one. Okay. This is a resume review of an IT project manager. So IT is still a bit of in a slump, so it expects IT project managers to be so as well. They applied to about 120 and only got one interview, which is not great ratio, and let's see why. So what we're going to be looking for skill-wise is PMP. Is not needed, but if you have this and you're doing a project manager position or you're applying for one, embolden that at the very top. Don't actually bold it. Just put it in your education as one of the top. People love PMP certs. It is a huge plus. So make sure that is quick. They want the ability that you have managed multiple projects on a deadline and under budget. They want to know that you have worked in an agile environment with stakeholders or clients or customers. They want to know that you've known Office suites such as Excel, PDF, and Word. I know. You don't have to do too much. Just like briefly mention them. And then they really want to know how you had success, how you led to success. What was a problem that you solved? So since this is also IT, I wanted to add there's going to be some technical keywords that you need, but you don't need to go into crazy detail with them. So IT project managers and enterprise SaaS solutions. Also, this is a fake name. So SaaS solutions, skilled in leading cross-functional teams, deploying communication teams, adapted, engaging stakeholders. You have some of the right words, but it's worthless here. And the reason is you don't tell us how you use them. If you do not tell how you use skills or qualifications, you don't want them. Skills, this is too much. So normally I don't like skills sections, but as this is an IT project manager, I think you could get away with just putting technical skills and then putting stuff like SharePoint and Jira and Agile, that kind of thing. But this entire first two halves of the resume right here are just absolutely not doing anything for you. Also, you submitted in a PDF, you submitted in a JPEG, and ATSs may not be able to read that. If it's not PDF, Word, or DocX, it may get tossed. So make sure you actually submit this with a PDF, because you submitted to me as a JPEG. See, Figma, yeah, this entire thing is useless. All right. Led the agile development on a family of safety-oriented solutions. Led the agile development on a family. I don't know if maybe that's like a technical thing. I don't know, but that doesn't make sense to me. Including food safety checklist inspections and audit tools. Okay, so led the agile development on family safety tool solutions would probably be how you want to reword that, including food safety checklists, inspections, and audit tools, trackers, as employee veggie testing. Cool. This is okay, but like I like that there's agile, but I want to do more. Like, how many projects did you lead? Right? You could just say led the agile development of a suite of family-oriented solutions, and you can list how many in an agile environment where I managed X or Y or something. Successfully issued releases to over 20 clients with more than 250 worldwide. Increased performance and optimized time current clients by everything. So what do you mean you optimize time requirements for client tasks? You mean you solve them? This is not a very good brag, which you do actually kind of want in these. And this should be one sentence, even if it's a run-on sentence. They should not have a period. Manage client relations in cases, analyze user data. I don't know if I need to go too much further. There is so much here, and it's not necessarily how I would like it to be written or what I need. So remember, what we're going to be doing is I want to see, do you have a PMP cert? No, that's okay. That's a nice to have. So here's how I would like to fix this is I need this to be a simpler sentence. Led the agile development. In fact, why led the agile? Led the development of X products that were involved with safety-oriented solutions, such as X and Y, in an agile environment, and that is a solid first sentence. Second sentence should be successfully released from inception, if that's true, to release, or from inception to release, like the way you're wording this is even confusing me. Successful. I don't even. Okay, no. Just released X and Y things from inception to product launch. There we go. Which resulted in X and Y. Met with multiple clients and stakeholders to do X and Y. I mean, you may have to burn this entire resume and redo some of it because, like, it's hard to read. Like, I don't think this is just me, but people can rage at me in the comments and hopefully they let me know. So yeah, you need to finish with your sentence structure. Okay, below this video, I'm going to have a link to my website where not only can you submit the resume again, but more importantly, in your case, how you should write a resume. There are two resumes I have. One is the format. The second is how that is going to look. And that is for a barista role. I am aware an IT project manager is far and away different than a barista, but how you write the resume is going to be the same. I want you to write it like that barista, because this is not a very good resume. You shouldn't have 120 to 1. So, yeah, this is not great. I don't think I could... Gosh, I don't know if I can move this forward or not. It's just hard to read. I'm gonna say maybe I could move this forward if the manager really, really cared more about, like, DevOps or something. But, yeah, I don't think I can move this forward for most positions. So, that's my review for this one, and let's go to the next resume. Right, that is 23-1. Is the family thing confused me too, but I realized it was cinnamon for collection rather. Yeah, that was what I thought. Because, like, I thought it was they worked on family-oriented solution things, but it's written in such a way that it's just a nightmare. So I don't like it at all. I don't like how that's written. Because, and you know, this might be truthfully a like language barrier thing, which I feel a little bit bad at, but they're still gonna judge your resume based on that. So you gotta kind of have it fixed, unfortunately, because this could really go over with somebody who's maybe a different speaker of the language. They could help, because I see, you know, before they were in Russia, which I'm assuming they then immigrated to probably the United States, and then had about 7 years or so with this company. But it's just not helpful the way this is written. So I hope they can fix it, because it seems like they were, you know, the amount of JDs I see that mention good English is high. Technically, if you're in the United States, you're not supposed to mention that. Almost every single, like, manager I've had was like, do not mention speak clear English or whatever. You need to have the ability to communicate or whatever, but you don't want to write speak English, because it can, I think it could fall under discriminatory. So it's not great to actually have that. So I'm in the UK, so it may be different, but they say native or proficient. Yeah, and well, I also feel like in the UK it's a little different, because, like, UK and EU, there's a lot of overlap in languages between there, but at least in the US, they're not supposed to do that. So, all right, what is the next one? Software engineer. Oh gosh, they need to tell me. They need to tell me. Oh, okay. Stretched. Sorry. Wish they would tell me if they're front end, back end, or whatever. All right. Let's just bring this up real quick. I don't need to go to LinkedIn for this, because I don't know. What is this? All right. All right. Let's do this software engineer. it's time to play Who's that software engineer? And the answer to this is I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. So yeah, please let me know if what your tech stack you want to work in, and front end, back end, or full stack. Because software engineer means I can't really do the prep work of finding the keywords and qualifications, and that is going to be radically different from Python to Docker to Python to Java to C to full stack. So what you're going to want is going to be very different. So let's see if I can't at least figure out if they're full stack, back end, front end, and what language. So they are a technical operations manager. Okay. That has nothing I need. Product. Okay, so Python. And then they use NumPy. Also, this person I want to let everybody know has 200 applications to one interview, which is not good, even in IT and tech. Truthfully, like I've said, it's 50-1. The market can be competitive enough that I'm like, even if it's like 60-1, depending on your niche, that's kind of okay, but 200-1 is not okay. So yeah, this doesn't help me at all. First half could probably just not even be there. Pricing, Python is solid, but I don't. How do you even track reducing manual effort by 90%? That is my problem with a lot of these, is like, even if it's true, it may not correct or sound right, and you don't want the recruiter to not believe you. The fact is you use Python, which is good. Let's see, incorporated NumPy, that's good. That's not in a lot of them, but it is in the ones that it is in. It's beneficial to have in your resume. Leveraged, there it is. Leverage counter goes up to 1. We're in 1 leverage for this video. Please stop using leverage. You use leveraging in negotiation. Do not use leverage in your resume. Every time, I swear, there was a correlation between the usage of the word leverage and a bad resume. And this is not a good resume, and they use leverage. Stop using leverage. It's not good. I will say, to not completely rag on this, because your formatting is solid. I don't have a problem with your formatting. So your overall formatting, I think, is good. So your bullet points are not, and the bullet points are the star of your actual resume. So API is solid. HTML, CSS, I don't know. I'm gonna guess you're between full stack and back end, because it was Python primarily, so I'm gonna say full stack. But yeah, I don't have anything here. Look here, I see, like, right here, designed to sleek front end. I don't need to see fleek. Sleek, not fleek. You can just say designed a front end with JavaScript, HTML, CSS to deliver to improve user experience or something. This entire resume formatting is good. Utilized, I just say used, but you have not, like, barely any of the actual keywords. You need to really use the full stack keywords, okay? If you're going for that. TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Then the primary language, which in this case is going to be Python. Then following that, React, API, anything with SQL, and there's one more, and I'm forgetting it off the top of my head. CI/CD is good. So yeah, like, look at the previous video. That is the keywords you want if you're going into full stack. But I cannot tell. And if the recruiter cannot tell that you belong in the industry of the job posting, that's not a good sign. And again, I've taught recruiters how to teach IT. I've taught other recruiters IT recruiting. I have increased hires of IT, but still, I don't personally know it. And I don't even think the manager would want this, because it's usually based on tech stack. So please, this is an absolute no for me. Your formatting is fine, but your bullet points need to be better. And, you know, if this is the only one you have in between March 2024 and present, the gap may even be better than this, but at least only make this like 1 line or something, or alternatively put just the software engineering and then projects or something, because it's, yeah, no, here, like, you could just have the software engineering intern and then have your projects. That's fine. So this is a no for me, and I think the fact that you're getting about 200-1 is why it's a no as well. But please, you need those keywords and qualifications. That is how you get a job. So let's go to the next video. Hi, Prisma Delta. Mushroom Man. let's see. Yes, I don't know if I'm going to get to you today. I think I have you. I do remember seeing the word Mushroom Man. Yes, we just did. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. You are the four more resumes, and then I can get to you. Which I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to go today. We'll see. Maybe I will. But I actually looked at that, and I think I did like it. So I'm okay doing that. But if you're good at waiting till, today or next week, it's most likely going to be it. Ding, ding, ding. Sounds full stack. Yeah, that I'm expecting that to be full stack. But I need to know instantly. I want the full stack to slap me in the face and be like, Lee, it's full stack. Lee, it's backend. Lee, it's Python. That kind of thing. Also, no, I was not slapping myself hard. Uh, someone turned in just now. They would see this channel is absolutely unhinged. So let's see. That was 23-2. 23-2, 23-2, 23-2. To fix this, 23-2. And then I am going to get some games up for next time because I can't review these for 2 hours straight. I need a break in between. Is there any game y'all particularly would want to see me play? I'm usually an aficionado of... Oh, that sounded way too bougie. I like roguelikes, so I usually play roguelikes. I like Baltro. So I don't know if anybody would want me to play that or not, but I'm going to need one so that I don't get so tired in between them. And if anybody has any, like I said, preferences for games, then go ahead. So let me know what they would be. Why did I do this? Software engineer again. Okay. So I'm thinking Baltro, and I'm thinking there's a game called Fight Club 2 that I wanted to try. So by the people that did Graveyard Keeper, and Graveyard Keeper has just been absorbing my life lately. Like, it's just Graveyard Keeper when I'm playing games by myself. I absolutely love it. Also, Prisma Delta, I did want to thank you for coming to the channel. I'm happy you're here. So, all right, let's see. It is another case of guess that software engineer. So away we go. A lot of these are a lot quicker because I don't actually have to, search for this. It does, in a way, make my job a little easier. All right, we're on to another software engineer. So again, we're playing What's That Software Engineer? So for any software engineer that is submitting a resume, and in general, I want you to know that I need you to be as abundantly clear what type of software engineer you are. I want that to be screamed from the mountaintops. So it should just be like, I am full stack. So let's see what they are and see if I can get it. All right, bachelor's. Formatting is kind of fine here. Education. This is Ontario in Waterloo. I think that's Canadian. Again, US-based recruiter. Prototype and query build in React, Express, and SQL. SQL and React are good. Enable business teams to schedule business to streamline data, reducing data handling time by 50%. Cool. Maybe the manager will care for that. I may not. Mapped existing REST APIs to GraphQL. I need to search to how often people put GraphQL in the job descriptions, because not a lot, but I feel like there's a couple. But REST API is fine. Integrated advisory, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I assume since this is backend, you're maybe backend. You also have microservices, which is a keyword. Look, you need your primary language stack, all right? I don't know what this is. I need to be able to tell. I want that to slap me in the face with how obvious your tech stack is. That needs to be abundantly clear, all right? Because I don't know what you are. I may be backend because you did backend for the interns. I know technically as a new college grad, you have probably a broad knowledge of a lot of things, but you need to pick which type you're going into. TypeScript and React. Okay, so maybe this is full stack. I have no idea. Could not move this forward. This Oh, here we go. JavaScript, TypeScript, Go, Ruby, Python. Probably full stack. All this stuff needs to be in the bullet points. If it is down here or up at the top here, it doesn't count if it's not in the bullet points. So I can't move you forward with this because the IT is super crowded and I would have to dig deep into this. Also, stop bolding it. This is not what we want to see in bolding. Do not bold. So I cannot move forward with this resume. I am sorry. Please resubmit with the actual keywords and qualifications you will be, needing. You can look in the most job descriptions for full stack. You can check out the last video, which was oops, all full stack, but I don't know what you are. I'm assuming and I'm guessing that I have to dig. If the recruiter has to dig to find out, that is a bad sign. It needs to be blatantly and blindingly obvious. So I'm not trying to just, ruin your good time over here, but I want you to get jobs because I know it's really rough. And truthfully, the hardest job search I think you will ever have is as a fresh grad. That is one of the toughest job searches in general. Once you get those 2 years in, it's a lot better. So please take the advice. Please resubmit it. I want you to have the best shot you can at getting a job. Right. Thank you for the follow, by the way. It shows up every now and then. It's giving me front end or full stack. Yeah, and they said back end right here. So that's why I'm like, it's not, I'm learning a lot watching my frustration. Good. My frustration helps. So, and it's not even just a recruiter because like you could send this to the manager and the manager will be like, "What about Python?" And you'll be like, "Well, it's obvious." It's like, "Nope," and you're like, "All right." So, because you have to do your resume for both people. I couldn't tell if they were full stack or front. See, that's even more terrifying because I thought it was my lack of actual coding experience that determined if nobody could tell. But if people who can code can't tell, that's not good. That's not good at all. Again, I cannot write "Hello World." I do not know how to do that. Numbers and the magic. Seriously, coding is just magical runes that people put down into like paper and then magic happens. So, and I do think that once you graduate college, they teach you a little bit of everything. So realistically, I don't think you're going to have a specialization, but it's still good to put it in your resume as if it was. So, all right, we're about to have an ad, and then I'm going to go and take a quick 2-minute break during the ad. So that was 23.3. 23.3. 23.3. Okay, 23.3. I have to keep mumbling it out loud because otherwise my brain will forget. There we go. 23.3. There, you are just... it's just your butt sticking out of the friggin' furniture, man. I love you, but you're not very photogenic. I cannot just show your butt on stream. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. But when I speak the name Bear, I can see your tail go waggy waggy, so it's very cute. So, come here, buddy. Come here. Get your butt up. Come here. Don't you take out my headset again. Please don't. No, God, no. Wait, hold on. Okay, come on. Come on. I need a bear break. Come here, buddy. Can you come up? I don't know if people can see this. Hello. Hi, good boy. Good boy. Okay, go back under the bed. All right. What am I on? 23. Full stack. Where was Mushroom? Mushroom was... which one was Mushroom? 3. I think I can get to that. I think that's fair. funny. All right, we are back. I had my little puppy break. I love him. He's not a puppy, he's an old man. But did you want to say hi again, sir? Are you coming back? Hello, come on. I know, you don't like being picked up. You will sit in people's laps, though. Come on. Ah, you're not. Some people, there you go. I know. Okay, you don't like this? Is this not great? Oh, you do get pet, though. So, yeah, I know. I know. Okay, I gotta go review a resume. And now my shirt is entirely dusty. Full stack. So, full stack is really hot right now. They have 60 to 1, which is not bad in a market like this. Okay. This is a full stack software engineer resume, and they have 60 applications to 1 interview, which isn't bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I actually think that's kind of my minimum for how it should be. Because IT's in a bad market. If it was a better market, that number would go down. But that's not terrible. It could be better though. So I'm expecting to see some stuff that I like and some stuff that I think we can change to reduce the difficulty of getting an interview. So, full stack, again, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, any extra languages you may have. Okay. There we go. So, worked closely with cross-functional, solid manufacturing systems team to interface with Java-based machine control software. Okay, that's solid. I would have liked a little bit more of the tech stack, but I don't think that's bad. Created monitoring dashboards using React to visualize production metrics. That's solid. Improving team reporting efficiency by 20%. I guess that's okay. Develop Node.js scripts to automate daily production data from the machine logs. Built internal tools using HTML and CSS to format and standardize technical. Collaborated with home routine troubleshooting software. Okay. This bullet point isn't needed right here. And this obviously is a junior systems developer, which is not a full stack developer, but I feel like you could have a little bit more, right? I need a little bit more JavaScript. I need a little bit more HTML, CSS, TypeScript. Just worked closely with cross-functional manufacturing systems in an X, Y, and Z environment. Also, do not be afraid to have your bullet points be longer than a line. Although this bullet point is not good. This is not relevant for the software full stack. So let's look at the actual full stack. Collaborated with, I don't like the word collaborated with, truthfully, but with agile development team. Just say worked with the agile development team to maintain payment processing, serving monthly users. Viz needs to have the tech stack. Implemented responsive UI using React.js and Tailwind. Solid. I know this is dumb. I know Tailwind CSS is a part of CSS, but I don't see a lot of places actually look for Tailwind specifically. So you may want to just leave it as CSS. But UX built. This one's solid. I like this. Integrated AI, that's fine. Led in a team initiative to. Okay, so here's a couple of things that I wanna know about this. I need a little bit more of your keywords in the first one. I actually think your bullet points in the second job are very good. I need a bit more of the keywords up top. Don't be afraid to just put in 3 or 4 keywords to be like, worked in an X, Y, and Z environment. That's fine. That is a solid sentence. I need a little bit TypeScript. A lot of full stack is TypeScript. A lot. Not necessarily all, but a lot of JDs are, which is job descriptions. I like this. I mean, truthfully, the first one, I know it's not a full stack position, but I can definitely see that if they get past this one and they look at this, they're going to be moving you forward. I think we need a little bit more of the keywords in the first one if possible, or maybe a shorter description in this, but also you shouldn't have this on here. And now I'm looking at this too. If you've been in a position for less than 3 months or around 3 months, it's a little bit of a red flag to put it on a resume. Internships don't count. Internships are expected in 3 months. That's fine. Internships can be 3 months. Some contract things can be 3 months. But specifically for this, if it's less than 3 months, I wouldn't put it in. And right now, at the time of this video, we're closing in on that. I know it's almost a little bit more than 3 months ish, not really, but like, I don't know if you need this, right? Because this isn't, this isn't relevant primarily to full stack development. And B, uh, you haven't been there for a while. So you might even safely be able to remove this from your resume. Maybe. But if not, and you choose to keep it on here, I need more keywords in it because otherwise it's kind of wasted space. But if they get here, it's solid. I don't have a lot of notes for this besides you need your tech stack here and you need your tech stack up top. So more tech stack. Bottom one is like 90% fine. Your formatting is fine. You just need to add it. Overall, I can definitely see why people are moving you forward, but I want to give you the best chance you can, and hopefully we can reduce it from 60 to 1 to maybe like 40 to 1 or 30 to 1. So that's a review of this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back tomorrow. Or if it's a Friday, I'll be back Monday. And, make sure to join me on my live stream while I give help live to people. I like doing it. I like helping people. Thank you very much for watching. Could not do what I do without people, helping me out and sending me the resumes. So, bye, y'all. Awkward ending scene. What would you success instead of collaborated if it was working with? You can just say worked. Good. Thank you, Prism Delta. I appreciate it. But you can just say worked. Like you don't have to overthink it, right? Like I really want people to get into the mindset, right, of resumes as a government form. And you wouldn't say if you put a thing to a government form, utilized and collaborated, you would say worked with X and Y. Resumes are, by in their nature, probably not a very good way of describing duties regardless, but that's an industry issue. But you really do need to mark them as a form. And once you start recognizing that they are a form and not a marketing tool, you start getting more success. So and let's see, Mushroom. You know what? I'm going to get to yours today, Mushroom. We got one more ahead of you. So. Oh, wait, no. I got to mark the thing. That was 24 and 20, 23-4. That was it. 23-4. 23-4. 23-4. 23-4. And resume, this is 21. Okay. Solid. It's been fun listening to this tutorials, lo-fi and frustrated recruiter core. I mean, it's not, I'll be honest, I'm frustrated because it's hurting people. Like, if you are a recruiter to be like, nope, you really get mechanical about it. Like, you can't get too attached to it. So, but I really feel bad because, like, people put work into this. It's their livelihood. And it, get hurt on it. And it sucks because nobody knows what I do or how the sausage is made. And also, a lot of recruiters may have different methods, but a lot of them come to me. So, But yeah, that's kind of my issue. No worries. I am glad to help. And look, I wouldn't start a Twitch stream if I didn't like attention. I think that's obvious. I get attention and I get to help people. To me, that is a perfect thing. So I'm glad. I get to use what I do to help people because, like, as a recruiter, not the streaming, I don't get to really help people. a lot of times I will see people, like, especially new, and I myself feel like, oh, I get to get people jobs. But a lot of the time, you're really just getting somebody a little bit of a pay bump. I think I can count on two hands in 5 years the amount of times I've, like, truly saved people. And you just don't get to do it because a recruiter works for the company, bar none. You don't get to work for the candidate. You can help the candidate. You can make sure they get a good deal along with it, but you, by and large, will always work for the company because they're the ones that pay your bills. So, and that's why I get to do this, is I get to give back to people because I don't really get to do that as a recruiter. And I have this kind of as my office hour because I don't have time to help people during recruitment. I and I've been doing it for maybe 5 years or so, spread out, but you just don't. And I know there's a lot to, like, we do this, and it's like you don't get to, because if you have the choice, right, of filling a requisition or doing something else, you're always going to pick filling the requisition. So I like this because I get attention, which duh, no one starts a Twitch stream if they don't. I get to help people too. So, because I don't really get to do that as the recruiter part, and I wish I could, but it's not the industry. So I've gotten people pay bumps. I've negotiated deals that would have fallen through, and a couple of times I've gotten to really, really, really help. But most of the time, you don't really, you're gonna go for the company, and unfortunately, that's just the sad reality of it. So that way I can have my cake and eat it too, as I can use that knowledge to help people. Uh, Valorant, cross-Valorant experience. I love Riot Games and their ability to put, like, PhD people. They have a crazy amount of stuff. So, anyway, that was my rant. Let's see. But yeah, I am glad to help, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as you get more people. The more people that come in, the more I'm happy with it. So, let's see. Data analyst for AdV Health. AdV Health. SAS. Wait, what is SAS? I know what SaaS is, but I don't know what SAS is. Because I know one is software as a service, maybe software as service. I actually don't know. Data analyst. SQL is going to be up there, and I'm going to make an assumption that it's going to be Excel. But does anybody know what SA is? Is that a thing people know? All right. Yep, there it is. SAS. Well, no, that's no. Okay, so there is SAS, which is I don't know, right? So that's a question mark. There is then SaaS, which is software as a service, and then there's SaaS, which is a type of CSS, which you just said. So I know what the second one is. I just learned the third. I don't know what SAS is, but here, look, this job, I want everybody to look at how important this is. This job from AdV Health that is looking for somebody with 3+ years experience has Microsoft Office. I think that is going to be the counter. There's going to be a leverage counter, and there's going to be a Microsoft Office counter. One of my other ones said they'd do a drinking game with it, and I said they'd end up in a coma by the end of the stream. So absolutely, if you've done this, you need to put it in. I know people are like, well, of course it's obvious. If it's obvious, it should be in your resume. Yeah, they say SAS. I don't know what SAS is. Data governance analyst for Little Caesars Pizza. Interesting. 2+ year. Oh, this seems a little more specific. I don't think this is quite it, because they wanted data analyst, not this data governance or whatever. Let's see, what is this one? This is a nightmare for me to find. I need to spice this up. We still need at least another bullet point. Let's see. Yeah, cannot. I thought this said would provide sponsorship. Data analyst. Technology savvy, governance. I have seen a couple of data governance stuff. That may be a completely different skill set, but I am going to do the data analysis. I know just the word analysis would be very helpful, but I still want more. This is a part where I have to, like, actually research what they look for. There it is. Tableau. Here we go. Look, fluency in Excel. Every single time. Tableau. Is it Tableau or Tableau? I know people keep telling me and I keep forgetting. And then I'm going to do data visualization. I always forget data visualization, but that is, yeah, communicable value proposition analysis and explaining complex to stake. I also cannot spell data visualization for the life of me. All right, I think that one's good. That should be sufficient enough, at least. So let's look at the actual resume. Pretty good, 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 good. Okay. Wait, is this is 2-1? Okay. This is a new one. This is a resume of a data analyst, and they have applied to 300 applications and only gotten one interview. That is not good. So what we're going to be looking for in this is going to be SQL and Excel, Tableau, whatever. This spelling of this word, I can never pronounce it. I hate spelling it. Data visualization, advanced Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, and Word. Yes, I know. You're like, why would I have to do Outlook? It's in the JD. You need it on your resume. And then the word specifically analysis and how you explain complex topics to stakeholders or clients or customers. It's going to really vary based on the type of duty you had and what they're going to call them. But those three words are pretty much what you're going to look like. And this couple, although there wasn't very common, data governance. So that might be a slightly different type of role that they shoehorned into this. But if you have it, put it in. So results-oriented data analyst with 1.5 years in a self-owned. Oh, no. This is like the biggest red flag you can have as a self-owned company. Self-owned, not cell phone. Different. I know those do sound the same though. Proven track record is to do complex data management, maintaining KPI dashboards. Dashboards can be a keyword. Delivering facility financial recently accomplished MS in business analytics. Yeah, this is completely unneeded. All of this is completely unneeded. So then we have a giant skills section, which props, at least you do have the right skills. Because I have seen a couple of ETLs. I see one or two with cloud, although it's not in everyone. But this is so big. If you're going to have a skills section, 3 lines max. Just 3 lines max. Not even a fan, honestly, of skill sections, but you still need at least 3 lines. Then self-owned financial risk analyst. This right here is probably the big reason. Self-owned and job hopping are the biggest red flags that you can kind of give to a hiring manager. I have seen candidates that I thought might be great that had self-owned companies, and you could not give them the hiring manager. They would just reject them. Because hiring managers, and I'm going to take a step back from the resume because I think this whole thing needs to be essentially scrapped and redone. But because you don't have like the keywords in the actual thing, you can't put a self-owned company, at least in the US. So let me explain why it is a red flag. To just do a little side topic here, is hiring managers, a little known fact, would rather a role be unfilled than make a bad hire. They fear making a bad hire. And somebody that is going to jump ship or leave their company within 4 or 5 months is a bad hire to them, unless it is a short-term contract role. And a self-owned company is also going to assume that they think you're going to leave once you have the capital to go back to your company. So those are the 2 biggest things. And if people ask, well, why is this role open for 12 years? It's because they would rather make no hire than a bad hire. And a self-owned employee is, for a lot of hiring managers, a bad hire. So you may not want to put this here, or maybe put contract or whatever, and then we're going to need to essentially redo the entirety of this resume because the formatting is awful. It doesn't give any of the keywords. And you can see even 300 to 1. That's not good. So please remake it with those keywords. Don't put the cell phone company. Maybe put, financial risk analyst at XYZ. And if they ask in the interview, you can tell them truthfully, if you get to the interview and you have your own company, hiring managers are usually okay, but it is if they find out you have a cell phone one before the interview, you're probably not going to move forward. So, and yeah, you need those keywords because that is why you're having a big issue. And I think the fact is you can see a lot of people are having like 70-to-1 applications to 50-to-1. And I've done other data analysts and they've had better ratio. So this formatting is not good. The content is not good. And it's not great. But I want you to resubmit it with fixing those issues. And then hopefully we can get those numbers way down so that you can get a lot of interviews. So that is my vote on this resume, is a very much no. And now let's move on to the next resume. That was 24-1. All right, Mushroom Man, you are next. So, Mushroom Man, if you are here, let me know. Because if you're in chat, I do it a little bit different than if people are not in chat. Okay, cool. Oh, no. Okay. I have 3 skips for an ad. I don't know how to apply it right away. So I'm going to wait like a couple of minutes because I don't want us to get cut off. So we're gonna kill time for a little bit before we actually go back and do it. But yeah, this is a not good formatting, this resume right here. So, and I think everybody can see now how it works is. But I really wish the self-owned company wasn't a thing, because like it's such a nightmare to actually convince a manager to do a self-owned company. And self-owned, not self-owned. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. Normally I would have ended. Here's what I'm going to do to make sure. I'm going to put the ad now because I have to use the restroom. Then I'm going to go back. After that, we're going to go for your resume, and I'm going to act like you're not here in chat while I review it. Then we're going to go line by line and start getting a more in-depth review of your one. So that is what we're going to do. So sorry about that. We're going to put an ad real quick so that at least it stops it, so we don't get cut off while I'm giving the advice, because I may want to do the other 2 resumes as well. We'll see. But yeah, so I will be right back. Okay. We are back. What? It starts in a minute? Oh. No. That's not. Oh, come on. Okay, whatever. You try to do that so it would be better. All right, that's upsetting. All right, let's look at your resume. I'll just push this off. That stinks. Okay. All right, resume is good. Mushroom Man. Front end software engineer. Okay. Front front-end software I will have to do a quick search for, and I will push this ad out as long as I can. I thought it would have been going while I was in the restroom, so we wouldn't have to do it while I was here. Is there a way for a streamer to pay for all of this? I hate that. Oh god, this is too many rules. All right, front-end developer TypeScript. Let's see this. So, what are we looking for? Yep, here it is. React Angular Node. Front-end dev. Front-end dev. Not D&D. Front-end. And I assume this is going to be JavaScript, HTML, CSS. What else? What else? Oh, TypeScript. I mean, that's more full stack, I think. But whatever. Let's do this one. And where are we looking at? We are... Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'll be honest, I haven't done a ton of front-end dev stuff. So... TypeScript is just typed JavaScript. What does that mean? Explain it like I am me, and I do not know what any of those things mean. I understand what is just typed JavaScript. I understand JavaScript is front end. So TypeScript is just a version of JavaScript. We're going to do cloud. I think the word UI, UX, and, you know, AI, so NLP, etc. APIs. Okay. I think that's solid. Let's look for anything else. Requirements, TypeScript, yep. Redux. There might be a couple of others, like architected, I think is a good one. That means something very different. It basically means that you say you have a box of stuff, and in normal JavaScript you can put anything you want in that box. In TypeScript, it's like putting a label on that box and saying cats, so you can only put cats in it. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so let's snooze this ad so that I can actually talk to you and we don't get cut off. I'm sorry, I did not mean to do 2 ads in a row. I really thought I was saving you all from ads and I made it worse. So let's look at the actual resume. Right, there we go. Just like bowling with guardrail so you can't gutter the ball. I like both of those descriptions. Those are both very good. All right, so Prism, this is what we're going to do. Since you are in chat, I'm going to review your resume like you were not here, and then I'm going to go over and see what else we can do. Although, based on the fact that you have a really good ratio, I don't know what we're going to actually do with it, because 10 is 105. So... this is the resume of a front-end dev, Mushroom Man, and they are in chat right now with me, so after this resume, I'm going to be working with them in person, well, I guess in person over the computer, whatever, and then go over the resume. Although, they have 100 applications to 5 interviews, which is a phenomenal ratio, so truthfully, there may not be much that I need to do, or this might already be perfect and you don't change it, so... what we're going to be looking for is JavaScript, HTML, CSS, TypeScript, React, Next.js, Angular, Node, anything with cloud, AWS or GCP probably preferred. Azure is not as much, but you know, any cloud is usually fine. Anything with UI, UX, anything with AI, such as NLP, the word API, and architected are all going to be good. So, I assume this is going to be a phenomenal resume. Let's take a look. Enhance the product landing page by building UI. There it is. And in React, banner, carousel, and components, then increase user engagement metric based on web traffic data. Okay, so this is a thing that is actually easily understood, is that user engagement metrics by 25%, because you understand that for front end kind of engaging. So reduce checkout time by 20% by leading an A/B test protocol that streamline the acquisition funnel, enhance user productivity. I'm not sure if, see, I like insight into customer behavior. I don't know if I saw a lot of A/B testing. Decrease new rigid launch time by 50% for 5+ marketing teams. That's functional. By developing reusable UI packages that extract models components, reducing engineering resource demands. Guaranteed reliable by building load platform simulating users and identifying rules blocks. Increase load, React, there it is. React, A/B testing, UI. It's not bad. I think it needs a little more keywords, which is what I say for a lot of stuff. But, you already start with, oh, maybe coming out a little bit here, which is React, which is really good, which is a key one. So, and then let's see here. This skill section is also very small, which is good, so that they know exactly what they do. So it's solid. I definitely see why it's getting interviews. The first sentence alone is phenomenal. So yeah, because you have UI, you have that, maybe you have React. Like I said, I would like a little bit more JavaScript, HTML, CSS, a little bit more maybe Node and Cloud, but overall, I still think this is a solid resume. The formatting is fine, and it's mainly like this first sentence. This is why it's really good to have a very good first sentence, and why I dislike all those things in front of it is because it takes away, and you don't want the person to get basically distracted before they go to the meat and potatoes. So, yeah, I think this is solid. And here we have the HTML, here we have Node, here we have REST API, and they're going to be reading it because it's very quick and concise. I can see why this is getting it. I think, if anything, I just like a little bit more here and maybe a little less percentages. But even then, I'm not sure I really want to mess with 100 to 5 interviews. That's phenomenal. So if we change anything, that is kind of my only tidbit, is to change those. But otherwise, I think this is darn solid and it's great. So good job, Mushroom Man. And now we're gonna go to chat, and maybe I can help you out with other stuff. But this is pretty good. So let's move on to the next resume. So yeah, and this is why, like, I'm not a huge fan of these 50% stuff that has a lot, but I think you did nail it in the first one, because like reduced checkouts, these are pretty clear. Like a lot of times, and if you notice this in the other ones, you see like reduced hyperloop by 23 badoopadoops, and you're like, I don't know what any of those mean, but most people are probably going to be using this. They understand that user metrics by 25%, because that was also a metric. I think there's too many of them, but again, I'm not sure I would really change a lot besides adding a little bit more of these up front, just in case, some of them may not go down, but it's clear, concise, and it's very good. So, um, yeah, I think that's good for me. Normally I may go a little longer, but I ran out of ad skips, and I don't want you all to have the final ad. So instead, we're gonna rate another channel, because there we go. I will be back Monday at 11 PST, Wednesday at 11 PST, and Tuesday at 3 p.m. PST. But I thank you all for joining with me, and let's rate another channel. I guess, Mushroom, if you have any other questions, let me know real quick, or we could go over them next time. And yeah, but I mean, I don't have too many notes besides just that, and I think it's pretty clear what they are. So, but yeah, good resume, especially the formatting. That is, a lot of UI things, they don't have great formatting because they try to make it too much, but this is a great form as a resume. So, yeah, and I think the first percentage is perfect. You just add a little bit more, but like don't change too much with it. So, all right, we are gonna uh go find another channel to raid. Where we're gonna go to. All right, we're raiding it. And who am I following that is there? Lana Lux is cool. There's Algebro. There is Jesse Cox. I have no idea, but he's my favorite streamer. So I'm gonna go to Jesse Cox because he's my absolute favorite, and we're going there. And one day he will notice me, senpai. I will get him to notice me. He's actually a very nice guy, from all I've been told. So thank you, everybody here, and I will be back. And enjoy the other stream that I am moving to. I truly like doing this, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So, all right, and away we go.
speak of the devil. Yeah, if you say Amazon and they appear.